Hi, welcome back to Positive Solutions for Families. I'm your host, Ellen Olson from Cornell Cooperative Extension Child Care Council. This is Session 2, Positive Solutions for Families, Making It Happen. Let's get started. You will need your Positive Solutions for Families workbook. If you have any questions or need more information or would like a copy of the activities or the workbook, please contact me, Ellen Olson, at Cornell Cooperative Extension, Oneida County. You can see my contact information on the screen. My email address is elp32@cornell.edu. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Today, we're going to work on our second session, Positive Solutions for Families, Making It Happen. We're going to start off by sharing some of the things you tried with your child since the last session. In addition, we're going to talk about the importance of play as a very powerful parenting practice and share some ideas that you can use to help your child build friendship skills. Think back to the first session when we talked about the importance of supporting development of social emotional skills. Helping your child learn to play and interact with other children and adults is a great example of supporting your child's social emotional development. You may be surprised that we are spending so much time on working how to connect with your child in positive ways through building relationships, being more intentional about using positive comments and encouragement, and playing. You might even be wondering when we're going to talk about those challenging behaviors that you might be seeing. Remember, making positive connections with your child creates a very important foundation for helping him or her learn new ways to interact and behave. We will talk a little more about this connection at the end of the session, so hang in there. You'll see how this all ties together. Now, how did things go last week with your things to try at home activities? The first activity was to try and fill or refill your child's gas tank, relationship tank. How many of you were successful in finding ways to refill your child's tank? How did it feel? How did your child react? The second thing in our things to try at home activity was to increase the use of positive comments and encouragement as a parenting tool. You are going to find at least 5 times when you could use positive comments and encouragement with your child. How many of you were able to do that? What kinds of things were your child doing when you used encouragement or positive comments? How did your child react? What happened? How did it make you feel? When we're using positive comments and encouragement, you're filling your child's relationship tank. Before we move on, let's turn to Activity 4 in your workbook, the Parent Encouragement and Positive Comments form. You did such a great job with your things to try at home activities. This form is for you. We all need a little encouragement every now and then, so write a note of encouragement to yourself, to give yourself a pat on the back for something you did with your child last week. Even if you did not have a chance to complete the things to try at home activities, I bet there are still things that you did with your child that you can write down. Some of you might find this activity a bit awkward or uncomfortable, since we don't often write encouraging statements about ourselves. One example, you could write something like, when Bobby wanted me to look at his drawing, I did a really good thing and I stopped what I was doing to take a look. I could tell it made him feel really special and I felt great when he said he made the drawing just for me. Take a few minutes and you can pause this recording if you'd like to complete your form. You saw how your children responded to you this past week when you used positive comments and encouragement. Today, we're going to continue to focus on ways to build positive connections with your children by talking about the power of play. I know that all of you play with your children. But did you ever realize how powerful that time can be for your child? We will talk about ways to play with your child that will engage them and be enjoyable for both of you. If you can increase the positive times when you have with your child, you can continue to strengthen your relationship, which will make it easier to teach your child new skills and behaviors. Brainstorm what the benefits and barriers to playing with your children might be. Let's think of the benefits first. You can pause this video and write some of the benefits down. Some examples of the benefits of playing with your children might be your child enjoys it, it makes him happy, it increases their creativity, it helps build positive relationships, it teaches new skills, shows your child how to use those social skills and interact with others, it teaches children how to problem solve, and you, the parents, might even enjoy it. Now, let's talk about some of the barriers. What things might keep you from enjoying playtime with your child? Again, you can pause the video and write some of your answers down. Did any of you have these obstacles? Not enough time. More than one child and the sibling gets jealous. No space to play. Sometimes you're too tired after work to play. Maybe you just don't enjoy children's play. Playtime with your child is more of a struggle than fun. Or maybe as a grown-up and an adult with so many responsibilities, we've forgotten how to play. These obstacles are very real. We need to problem solve together to figure out how we can make playing with our children a priority. The benefits far outweigh the barriers. Let's talk about the power of play. Play provides multiple opportunities for children to learn social, communication, and academic skills. We may think that play is something all children do instinctively and that we really don't need to spend time playing with our children, but it's important for you to spend time to play with your children. Play helps build a positive relationship with your child. This is another example of filling or refilling your child's relationship tank. Through play, you can help your children learn to solve problems, try new ideas, explore their creativity. In addition, playtime with adults can build a child's vocabulary so that children learn to communicate more effectively, which may reduce challenging behaviors. Children also learn social skills, such as turn-taking, sharing, and being empathetic, understanding what others are feeling. The type of play we want to talk about today may look a little different than what you think of as typical play. We want to think about play situations where the child is in control and the adult follows the child's lead. The adult allows the child to organize the play situation. The adult imitates the child's play and uses talk or play narration to facilitate attachment, language, engagement, and fun. Talking or play narration is a little like being a sports announcer. When you watch or listen to sports, the announcer usually gives a play-by-play account of what is happening. That is the same thing you would do when you are playing with your child. You would give a play-by-play account of what your child is doing. This helps your child stay engaged in the play situation, builds vocabulary, and makes your child feel pretty special because you're interested in what they're doing. All of this helps to build positive relationships and provides lots of opportunities for positive comments and encouragement. This type of play provides opportunities for you to model positive social skills like sharing, turn-taking, helping others, and giving compliments. Providing opportunities for your child to practice these skills will help them learn the skills they need when playing with other children. It would be great if you could find at least 10 to 15 minutes a day to use this type of play with your children. Brainstorm when you might have 15 minutes to play with your child. Pause the video and think of some times that you could maybe fit play in. Let's look at powerful parenting practice tips for playing with your child. Tip 1, follow your child's lead. Wait to see what he or she is interested in. Watch to see what he or she does with the object or the person, then join in your child's play. Tip 2, talk about what your child is doing. I see you're playing with the blocks. You made a tower 3 blocks tall. Can you add another block? Tip 3, encourage your child's creativity and imagination. I love how you use the color red in your painting. Could you tell me about it? Tip 4, watch for cues that your child might be losing interest in the play situation. Are they getting bored? Tip 5, avoid power struggles. And tip 6, have fun together. Because it's often hard to find time to play with our children, we want to make the most of our playtime. Let's practice putting the powerful parenting practices of play into action. We're going to talk about some scenarios and some typical play situations and think about how we might make them better. Example number 1. Dad is sitting on the couch watching television. He told Max that he would play with him, but started watching television instead. Max is sitting in front of him playing with Legos. Max makes a Lego building and holds it up to his dad. Look! Not looking at Max, but instead looking around Max to the television, says, "That's nice." Max puts the building closer in front of Dad's face. "Dad, you didn't see it. Look, this part moves fast. See? Vroom, vroom." Dad looks at Max briefly. "I see it. Now let Dad finish watching his show. Why don't you play over by the table?" Max looks sad and moves his things over to the table. What happened? Was this a positive play situation? Why or why not? How do you think Max felt? What was Dad doing? Was Max's creative play reinforced? Did this situation help build a positive relationship? What could Dad do differently? Let's look back at our powerful parenting practice tips. Tip 1, follow your child's lead. Wait, watch, and join your child's play. Dad told Max he would play with him, but when Max tried to get his attention, Dad did not follow his lead. Tip 4, watch your child's cues to see if your child is becoming disinterested in the play situation. Dad was involved in the television show and missed Max's cues. What do you think might have happened if Dad had followed Max's lead and paid attention to his cues? Let's find out. Let's look at this scene again. Dad turns off the TV and moves over to Max, joining him on the floor. He watches Max and comments on what he's playing with. "Max, that's really cool. What's it going to be?" Dad looks at Max and waits for a response. "It's a super fast airplane. It can go super faster than Superman." Faster than Superman? I'd say that's pretty fast. I like the colors too. Blue is my favorite color. Max says, "Mine too, but I also like red, yellow, and white." Dad says, "Can I build something too?" Max says, "Yes, you could build an airport." Dad says, "An airport? Well, I think I might need some help. Where should I put it?" Max says, "You can put it over there, and you can use these blue blocks." Dad smiles and says, "Thank you, Max. That is very nice of you to share your blocks with me." What happened? How is this different from the first situation? Was this a positive play situation? Why or why not? How do you think Max felt? What was Dad doing? Was Max's creative play reinforced? Did this situation help build a positive relationship? What could Dad do differently? Okay, let's look at another one. Kenny and his mom are playing with blocks and wild animals on the floor. Kenny picks up a snake and says, "Roar!" That is not a snake, that's a lion. What does the snake say? "My snake roars, see? Roar!" Mom says, "No, that isn't right. A snake says hiss, not roar. A lion roars. Here is a lion for you to play with." She picks up a lion and places it in Kenny's hand, taking his snake. Kenny makes the lion walk and says, "Roar!" this time with less enthusiasm. "That's right, son, you got it. Do you know what a lion's baby is called?" "Baby?" "No, they are called cubs, lion cubs. How many lions do you have?" Kenny has 4 lions. He counts. 1, 2, 3. Mom says, "No, you missed one. Let's count them again." She takes Kenny's hand and touches each lion with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many lions are there? Kenny says, 4. Mom, you be the lion's daddy. He hands her a large tiger. Mom says, "This isn't a lion, Kenny. What's this?" Kenny says, "It's the lion's daddy." "No, this is a tiger. What color is the tiger?" Kenny keeps playing and doesn't answer. He turns away from Mom and keeps playing on his own. Mom says, "What color is it?" Kenny, "Black and yellow." "No, Kenny, it's orange and black, see?" She holds up the tiger to Kenny. Kenny puts down the toys he was playing with and begins kicking and throwing toys. Mom says, "All right, young man, you're done playing." What happened? Was this a positive play situation? Why or why not? What was Mom doing? Why do you think she was asking so many questions? How do you think Kenny felt? Why do you think Kenny started throwing his toys at the end? Did this situation help foster creative play or build a positive relationship? What could Mom do differently? Let's look back at the powerful parenting practice tips and think about them. Tip 2, talk about what your child is doing. Remember how we talked about narrating your child's play like a sportscaster play-by-play? That means describing, commenting, and expanding on what your child is doing. When you ask a lot of questions, it often stops the play, and then the child loses interest or becomes frustrated. Try to limit the number of questions you ask. Let's look at some of the others. Encourage your child's creativity and imagination. Avoid power struggles. Have fun together. Sometimes it's really hard to let our children be creative when we're trying to teach them the names of animals, colors, sounds. We want them to learn, but it's also important for us to sometimes go with the flow. Follow our child's lead and see where he or she goes with the play situation. There will be other opportunities and time to teach your child labels, colors, and sounds. Remember, this is a time for you to have fun with your child. Strengthen your relationship and use positive comments and encouragement to refill his or her relationship tank. This also helps avoid power struggles. Let's see that one again. Kenny and his mom are playing on the floor with wild animals and blocks. Kenny picks up a lion and makes it walk on the blocks. Mom says, "Oh, you have a lion. That is a big lion. It is a daddy lion because it has a mane." Kenny picks up the mane to look at it. "A mane," he points to the lion's mane. "That makes the lion go fast." "Oh, That lion is moving really fast. He is running. I wonder why he's moving so fast, Mom says. Kenny says he's trying to get to his friend's house. Kenny moves the lion next to the polar bear. Mom says, oh, is the polar bear the lion's friend? Yes, the snake is his friend too. Remember the snake that roars? Roar! Yes, I do remember the snake that roars. Kenny says his friend lion taught him how to roar. Mom says, wow, he must be a really special friend for the lion to teach him how to roar. Look, I see 1, 2, 3 snakes. Did the lion teach them to roar too? Kenny says, yes, 1, 2, 3, and he counts the snakes. He teaches all of his friends how to roar. He taught me how to roar too. Listen, roar! Do you want him to teach you how to roar? Oh, yes, I would love to learn how to roar. This situation was a little different. What happened? How is this different than the last one? What was Mom doing this time? Did Kenny respond? Did you see her use descriptive commenting? Did this situation help foster creative play and build a positive relationship? What else is Kenny learning? This is a great example of following a child's lead, encouraging creativity, and having fun together. You can also play with your child using the same parenting tips when you're in the car, at the grocery store, or even when you're bathing your child. You may pretend your washcloth is a fish and make it jump in the water and swim underwater. Soap might be fish food. When we take advantage of playing with our child during daily routines, it makes it easier to find time to play. You don't need expensive toys either. Think of play as interactions between your child and something else, you. Have you other ideas for playing with your child during routines? Now, let's look at activity number 5, things to try in our Positive Solutions for Families workbook. Things to try at home this week, you're going to complete the Play is a Powerful Parenting Practice Activity 5. I want you to develop a play goal for the week and then record it. When you played with your child, what you did together, and how your child reacted. The main focus is just to have fun playing with your child. In order to help you develop a play goal for the week, we're going to look at some examples. You can write your goals on your worksheet or on the back of your worksheet as we come up with some goals. And then you can fill out your activity number 5 in your Positive Solutions for Parents workbook. Let's look at some examples. Try and turn off the television for 10 to 15 minutes. I am going to stop what I am doing and focus on Savannah while we're playing. I am going to follow Jamar's lead. I'm going to play with each boy one-on-one while my husband gives the other a bath. I'm going to stop being so bossy and let Crystal decide what she wants to play with. One of the many benefits is that our children begin to learn social and communication skills such as sharing, turn-taking, problem-solving. This will help them be more successful when they're playing with other children. When children have these skills, it makes it easier for them to make friends. When we observe young children who have lots of friends and are well-liked by other children, these are some of the skills they seem to have. It's important to not only teach our children these skills, but provide them with opportunities to practice these skills so they will be more successful when interacting with other children. at your handout in your Positive Solutions for Families workbook, Supporting Development of Friendship Skills, activity number 6. It's very important to plan ahead when arranging playtime between a child and their friend. Here are some things to think about. Is it best to have one or more friends? Who can my child play with who already has good play skills? Do I have enough toys and materials to prevent sharing problems? Have I taught my child what it means to be a good friend? You might want to review what this means. What are good friendship skills? Sharing, taking turns, understanding how the other one feels. It's also important to think about what you're going to do during play to help your child be more successful. Stay nearby in case you need to help. Keep playtime short. Remind children to use their words. Help your child understand the other child's perspective. After playtime is done, you can promote the skills that your child used by making sure your child knows what went well. Be specific. This is a really great time to use those positive comments and encouragement, as well as refilling your child's relationship tank. Ask your child if he or she enjoyed playing and follow his or her lead in describing the activity. If all went well, set another playtime. Do you have other ideas for helping your child develop friendship skills? What kinds of things have you tried? Try some of the things on the handout before, during, and after your child's next playtime, and see what happens. It's really important to continue to use positive comments and encouragement as your child plays with you and other children. It will help them feel competent and confident as a play partner. Speaking of positive comments and encouragement, let's go back to the power of encouragement and positive comments in relation to your child's behavior. This will help explain one of your things to try at home activities and help us prepare for the next session. Turn to activity number 7 in your workbook. For next week, start to think about some of the behaviors you would like to see less of and more of, and ways you can encourage your child to use those behaviors. Slide 10 shows some examples. For example, Allie has a challenging behavior of not listening. Her mother wants her to try and follow directions. So what positive comment or encouragement could she use to help her try to follow directions? Thank you, Allie, for listening and following directions, and then give her a big hug. Blaze's mom wants to reduce the challenging behavior of yelling. She wants him to use his inside voice. She might say, "Wow, I really like the inside voice you are using. Thank you." And then she gives Blaze a high five. The focus of this week's session was making it happen. Last week's focus was making a connection. We have discussed many ways for you to make connections with your children. Through these positive connections, we can help our children feel more competent and competent, learn interaction skills, and develop friendship skills. We need to teach our children these skills and provide opportunities for them to practice their new skills. These are all really important skills for your children. When they have these types of skills, they are less likely to use challenging behavior. So let's go make it happen. I hope that as we work together in Positive Solutions for Family sessions, you will continue to gain useful information and practical tools. Please remember that you need your workbook and completed activities. If you don't like to write, see if you can get a family member or friend to help you with the activities. I look forward to seeing you next time at our Positive Solutions for Families workshop. We're going to be thinking about why children do what they do. Thank you. It was good to see you. Have fun playing with your child this week. Remember, if you have any questions or comments or need any resources, please email me at elp32@cornell.edu. Thank you. See you next time.